this video, I am going to reveal the one thing that most people don't know about that will keep their face looking younger for longer. Collagen peptides have been around for a while, but research into their effectiveness and their novel applications is moving at a rapid pace. Collagen is hot, and we're going to touch on a bunch with collagen, but that little molecule is as versatile as it is mighty. So when we look at our faces, we think about our skin because it's our most visible organ and how well or not it's withstanding the test of time. I know that's what I do. That's the easiest thing to see, right? But in reality, the skin sits on top of our tissues, the muscle and the fat, which sit on top of the scaffolding of it all, which is the bones, right? So in truth, how our faces age depends on all of those layers. We've all heard the saying, you are what you eat. Instinctively, we know that that is true. But when it comes to supplementation, most of us have a healthy skepticism. I know I do. I actually had a pretty healthy skepticism about collagen peptides too for a long time. But some recent studies have really given me cause to pay a lot of attention to this fascinating molecule. And let me tell you, I'm impressed because it's a case of what's good for us on the inside helps us look good on the outside. So let's do just a really quick review of like high school biology, right? Collagen is the most abundant protein in our body. It's what makes young skin bouncy and radiant. In our skin, collagen is made up by fibroblasts. And as we get older, these fibroblasts get less efficient at producing collagen. Like everything, it just starts to kind of go downhill, right? So these fibroblasts, these little purple cells that you see here, look a little bit like Japanese anime or something, and they create our collagen factories. They get signals from the environment, which is the extracellular matrix that is around them, that it's time to make collagen. So they pull all the ingredients, amino acids and stuff from that environment to get the raw materials to make collagen fibrils, which in turn get woven together into collagen fibers. The result? New collagen turnover that we're all looking for. Of course, with age, that all goes down. It slows down quite a bit. In fact, just some bad news first. We're going to get to the good news. Studies have estimated that the amount of dermal collagen present in sun-protected skin of adults over 80 years old is 75% less than what is present in the skin of young adults. The result? More water loss, less plumpness, less elasticity, all of the things, right? And our bones don't get off lightly either. Research indicates that by the time women are 80 years old, they can lose up to 50% of their bone mass. This has recently really become a big deal to me, and I will explain soon. We normally think about, this, just the skin when we think about collagen, right? I mean, that was me for a long time. But in fact, collagen is a structural protein that is everywhere. It provides bones with their strength and their flexibility. It allows them to withstand stretching and bending forces. It forms a matrix in which minerals like calcium and phosphate are deposited. It gives our bones their rigidity and their hardness. Without collagen, our bodies would just succumb to osteoporosis. Now, typically when we think about osteoporosis, or at least me, we think of hip fractures and spinal stuff and porous bones of our body. But in fact, no bone is spared osteoporosis if it happens. All of the bones would be affected by that. So the question is, does consuming collagen actually help us replace the collagen in our skin? And what about our bones? And does it matter which collagen peptides we consume? Does that make a difference? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. And I'm going to share with you exactly the right collagen peptides if you would like to strategically target the skin and the bones. So when I started to look into collagen peptides for health, I was honestly stunned by the sheer number of studies. I found over like 6,000 studies on collagen and skin alone. I like to go down little rabbit holes, but even I have some limits. That's a lot. That's really a lot, you guys. So if you'll remember, just a little while ago, I mentioned that collagen is being investigated for so many things apart from how it can be applied for skin and for beauty. There are really so so many compelling applications, you guys, like so many things that I have found along the way in the rabbit holes, in the little tunnels of the rabbit holes. Unbelievable stuff, you guys. Like collagen peptides can help with managing glucose spikes. How about dealing with gingivitis and other dental issues, running faster and longer, sleeping better, lifting heavier weights and maintaining your muscle, addressing cellulite, healing burns and other serious wounds faster and better, undoing sun damage, reducing hyperpigmentation. I mean, it's mind-blowing, but all of that is for another video. And we will do more videos focusing on all of those things because that is absolutely fascinating to me and it should be interesting to you too. But right now, I'm going to answer the $100,000 question that I get asked all the time in my community every single week. Are there any differences in the collagen products that you buy, or are all collagen products the same? It doesn't really matter. So let's talk about skin first. So all of the details, all of the studies, all of that stuff is very encouraging. And after taking the time to read a few dozen of the 6,627 studies on collagen peptides and skin health, I ran out of steam. That was it. I had enough. I had enough evidence before me to go, okay. So I still wasn't 100% sure about which collagen peptides I wanted to take though and to recommend. Now, luckily in the past few years, there have been like a handful of meta studies. Now, when you think of a meta study, think of a study of all of the studies. So it kind of condenses everything that they know in all of the different studies. So these meta studies are absolutely invaluable because they allow us kind of like a snapshot, not only into viewing whether there is like overall agreement into the positive impact of collagen and our skin, or if people just say, nah, there's no benefits, or if the data just doesn't stack up. Meta studies are really a great way to see like, what's the deal? What's the actual sitch? Well, one thing that was pretty much all of the studies measured was hydration and skin elasticity over time. So I'm not going to go through the exhaustive studies. I've linked some of them down below in the description box, but here's one window into improvement in skin elasticity with collagen peptide supplementation. In summary, over 4,000 people trialed collagen peptides for skin elasticity over like a specific period of time. Now, in the meta studies, remember the study of studies, collagen peptides won over placebo every single time. Okay, but let's talk about collagen peptides and bones. I don't know about you, but I've never really put a lot of thought into the way my bones impact the way my skin and my face looks, really until recently. Now, a little story here. I went to New York last December and I decided to get a DEXA scan. Now, part of the reason for that is because I have been talking a lot to Dr. Vonda Wright, and she let me know that normally people don't have their DEXA scans until they're like 65. But she said it's really important to do it a lot earlier. She urges young women to do it earlier so that you actually have the opportunity to proactively do something about your bones versus waiting until it's too late and you try to fix something. We all want to be proactive here. So we want to learn about bone loss early so that we can do something about it. So I fully expected that my bones would be tops. You know, they were going to be perfect because I eat well, I exercise, I'm good to myself, right? Let's just say that my DEXA score was not where I wanted it to be. Now, we know that estrogen is massively protective of the collagen in our skin and in our bones. And I haven't even hit menopause yet. So that's when I started getting really serious about protecting the density of my bones, because I'm thinking, if I'm not even in menopause yet and my bone density isn't where I want it to be, I haven't even lost my estrogen yet. So things are going to go downhill pretty quick as soon as I actually hit menopause, and I'm almost 51 years old. So bone loss happens all over our bodies, right? Our faces don't escape the wrath of osteoporosis. So that leads to loss of bone density in our jaw, for example, our mandible or our maxilla, and that can affect the stability of the teeth in our jaw, obviously, and it can lead to tooth loss. So looking at my hip and seeing that I didn't love the number, that correlates. There is no reason not to worry about this too, right? So as the bones in our face lose that density, there could be changes in the overall structure and the shape of our face. Now, I feel like we've all seen those images of bone loss, right? So while the studies on collagen peptides supporting bone health they're just not nearly as numerous, there are several that are really compelling. So for me, collagen peptides for the bones and for the skin of my body and my face, non-negotiable. They are absolutely non-negotiable. In fact, I double up half the time. If I know I'm gonna microneedle, if I know I'm gonna do a procedure, I actually double up on my collagen. And I don't even care if some of it just goes through me. I don't care. I want that on board because it is so good for us. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you how I use collagen. Are they all the same? We're gonna answer that question now. If you are already taking a collagen that you like from a reputable brand, keep it up. Bravo. That is awesome. I think it's more than safe to say that collagen peptides are good for you. It doesn't really matter the source. So if you like it from fish, if you like it from bovine, if you like eggshell, as long as it's a respectable brand, that is great. Now, having said that, there are a few companies who have been studying the science of collagen peptides for decades. The ones that I've personally bumped into are Gelita and Rousselot. There are others though, but those are the two that I've had numerous conversations and gotten so much information. Now, these companies have created individual formulations that are in turn adopted by the companies that then put them into their collagen and sell the collagen. Now, these formulas can be collectively called bioactive collagen peptides. Now, you can think of bioactive collagen peptides as the ones that have been through kind of a specific formulation, a specific testing process to ensure that their collagen peptides address particular things really well, like skin health or bone health, for example. So what's the difference between regular collagen peptides and bioactive collagen peptides? Well, the regular collagen peptides that I consume will be broken down in the gut, and then depending on the enzymes in my gut at the time, they'll be shuttled off wherever. Bones, skin, other tissues, just wherever, willy-nilly, right? Effectively, regular collagen peptides are the jack of all trades. They can be really useful. I mean, who doesn't want a handyman around, right? I mean, it's a good thing to have. But there's this other variety of collagen peptides called bioactive collagen peptides. They have been specifically engineered to be experts at helping specific types of cells. So think of bioactive collagen peptides as the electricians. So they have the right tools, they have the right set of skills, they arrive at your house and they know that they can go fix the outlet or the breaker, right? They have a specific job and they can do that. So for me, with my focus on my skin and my bone health, Dr. Mary Claire Haver's brand, her Pause Life brand, is exactly what I want because it has bioactive collagen peptides in it that are specifically designed to be the peptides that are for skin and for bone. They are the electricians for skin and the electrician for bone. I find all of this super fascinating, and I've been documenting this in a few blogs as well. One of them is super technical, mechanisms of action, stuff like that. It'll have links to studies. The other one is going to have all the details of kind of what I'm doing and how I'm taking my collagen peptides, because I actually do vary it a little bit based on the things that I find out. Like, I'll be down a rabbit hole and I'll see, hey, it's really good for you to take your collagen peptides right before you go work out. Okay, I'm gonna try that for a while. That blog is gonna have some of those details if you're interested in kind of doing it like I do. So I will take you through all of that over there. I will link all of that in the description box if you're interested in learning a little bit more. And of course, you can find all that stuff on PENN.SMITH.SKINCARE.com if you're ever interested in looking at my blogs. I have all kinds of really extensive blogs over there, some fun ones, but some really extensive ones that dive a little bit deeper than I can in these videos or than you want me to. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that what I drove home is all collagen is good, okay? So whatever collagen you're taking, I think that that is awesome. It is good for you. But if you want to hire the electrician of collagen, if you are like me and you want to address your skin and you want to address your bones, you want to have Verisol and you want to have Fortibone. And that does exist outside of Dr. Haver's brand, but it's kind of hard to find together in one. And so that's why I really like that one. It's perfect. It checks both boxes and I feel good about it. And I feel really, really good linking you to that because I adore Dr. Haver. I admire her. I idolize her. So to me, she has created a product that is perfect for us and perfect for this time of our life, for our skin and for our bones. But again, I don't want for anybody to think that other collagens aren't good, because they are. You just don't know exactly what they're going to work on anytime you take them. They're going to go to work. You just don't know what they're going to work on. And that might be okay with you. You might just want the jack of all trades. That's great too. Let me know down below if you take collagen. What's your favorite? Why you like it? Some people like Dr. Haver's collagen is kind of a lemonade. And then I do have Dr. Rajani's collagen that I really like too, because it's unflavored. So I use that for something different. That one is a jack of all trades. It is one that is made up of several different types of collagen, and it is a jack of all trades. And I like that one too. So whatever you're taking, if it's reputable brand, that's awesome. So share it down below if you can, because everybody's going to like something a little bit different. What I can say with complete conviction is that we all should be taking it. It is good for us. And as more studies come out, as more science comes out, I'll share more. This is just the first of what's going to be a playlist on collagen. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this mini deep dive into collagen, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.